What's going on, everybody? Free one up here, one more again. It's pretty much my impressions of Transformer 3. I finally got a chance to see it, yesterday? Uh, to be honest, I actually liked it. You know, a lot of people have been kind of bashing it. You know, I didn't look at any reviews, and before I watched the movie or whatever. But I try to go into movies as like, open-minded and kind of not expecting it to topple the greatest movies of all time. You know, I didn't go in expecting it to, destroy part 1 and 2, I just wanted it to do what they said it was going to do, end off the series, basically. But by not expecting the world of a movie, you'll pretty much enjoy it more. You ain't got to be so critical of it while you're in the theater. At least just criticize after it's over with, after you didn't enjoy it. But anyway, yeah. I liked it. I liked it a lot. It was, and it's kind of a spoiler too. A couple spoilers in this, so if you ain't seen it, then you can click off or whatever. I don't know, but what about a couple things? This one ended kind of quick. It was like, well, the movie was long, but the ending was like even quicker than part 2. Everyone knows part 1 had the best ending with Optimus Prime's speech. Part 2 had a speech too at the end for him, but part 1 was the sweetest speech. This speech was kind of, a little quicker than I expected, but I ain't complaining about that. I liked it. I saw it in 2D. I didn't see it in 3D. Whatever. That was my choice. What else? As far as what's her name goes, Megan Fox. It didn't really give much of a reason why she was not in the movie. They didn't say. They just said, "Oh, she dumped. The last girl dumped us, man." She just dumped him or whatever. And that was pretty much it. That's all he said about Megan Fox. Like, dang, that's what happened when you get dropped from a movie for some reason. Anyway, the other girl did her job. I thought she was gonna replace Megan Fox, like replace her character. At first. Then I was like, oh, okay. When I saw a couple of previews, like she's doing she's her own character. She's like she's his new girlfriend or whatever. So it's like I liked it, and she's freaking hot too. I'll tell you that. But what else? Now, if I had any criticisms about the movie, I'd like to say that Transformers got a couple of those cliche moments in every one, and a couple of them, part 1 and part 2, they'll show Bumblebee catching somebody falling about to die or something like that. In this one, it was like, it was a lot of those moments. Like, a lot of cliche moments that happened. Like, oh, it was kind of, so many of them that you knew it was going to be a cliche moment. You're like, oh, man, as soon as somebody's about to die, you knew they wasn't going to die. They was going to live. I'm like, oh, okay. Somebody going to catch him. Somebody, either Bumblebee catch my man like 3 times or something throughout the movie, or somebody else saves this person just in the nick of time, Or that happened quite a few times. When that happens, it's like, and it happens so many times. You can get away with it a couple times, 2 or maybe even 3. But when you go along, like, you get up to like 5 and 6 saves, 6 hero saves. It's sweet, but actually, it kind of gets old. I don't think one movie's allowed all those cliche moments, especially those kind of cliche moments. But it's like certain stuff. I'm like, oh man, how many times are they gonna do this? But it wasn't bad. It wasn't necessarily a bad thing. It's like you knew what was gonna happen, Like, he ain't gonna die. He can't die. They made it clear, obviously, right now that ain't nobody gonna die. So, because they done saved him so many times. But other than that, I liked it. I like my man. What's his name? Sentinel Prime, the Red Prime. He was sweet. I liked his fight with Optimus Prime. Like, now we're standing, we fall, or some junkie. I'm trying to figure out what his lines. But anyway, another thing that I wasn't really particularly fond of is Megatron. He's my favorite one. He didn't have that big of a part, you know. He had a part at the end, but he was kind of like, I don't know, behind the scenes, you know, planning stuff when all the fighting was going on. And he was like wounded the entire time. I'm like, all right, it's all right. The movie was still good. It made up for it. But what else about Megatron? He just he didn't. I wish he had a bigger part. You know, the part at the end. You know, when Optimus Prime killed Sentinel Prime, when he killed him, when they had a good fight. Those two had a good fight, but I mean, when he fought him and he beat him, you know, defeated him. Then Megatron came and you know, they convinced him like, oh man, he just wanted to basically Megatron killed Sentinel Prime. I think it was Sentinel Prime. Yeah, Sentinel Prime. He killed him, and then after that, he like, who would you be without me? You know, he's like, I wanted to be the boss. He wanted to be in control of things like that. Basically, that's what Megatron was saying. So he killed Sentinel Prime. You know, right before, you know, right before Sentinel Prime killed Megatron, was gonna kill Optimus. You know, so he kind of saved Optimus. You know, then he was like, man, well, he said, I wanted to be the boss. That's all I wanted to do. I just wanted to take over because they had some kind of partnership or whatever. Then he like, then how would you? He said, after all, what would you be without me, Optimus? He said, let's find out. You know. Then he just killed Megatron. He just killed him. I wish they would have just fought that out, not just. It was so fast. He just ripped his head off. I'm like, come on now. It wasn't even good. I mean, that part wasn't good. I didn't like that part. I wish they would have fought. You know. And he just killed Megatron, made him like a chump. A chump. I'm talking about a chump. But that was it. I mean, overall, it was a really good movie. You know, it was at least as good as part 1 and 2. I don't think it greatly exceeded those two, but that's just my opinion. What are your thoughts about the movie if you've seen it? That's about it, everybody. Peace out. Ninja.